Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We, the members of Warri Community Trust, are here today to talk about this over 6 decades of deliberate and continuous neglect of the Shekiri people. A case study of the underdevelopment in Warri Federal Constituency and the Shekiri communities in Delta Central and Edo State, which has escalated with the current government. It is a well-established fact that in the year 1914, the northern and southern protectorates were amalgamated to one Nigeria, and subsequently, in the year 1960, Nigeria got her independence, and then it became a republic in 1963. As a result, Ishekiri under Warri Kingdom, under one king, relinquished and surrendered her sovereignty to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, believing that the government of Nigeria will utilize the resources of the entire country judiciously for the development of all parts of Nigeria. However, that has not been the case. The government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the 1999 Constitution, as amended, has guaranteed the security of lives and properties, economic well-being, which is our welfare, and the equitable distribution of our commonwealth for the development of every part of Nigeria. Prior to the discovery of oil and gas in our area, in 1956, in Olobri, now present-day Bayelsa State, the Shekiri under Warri Kingdom over one king, as a sovereign nation, traded with the then Great Britain and Portuguese, now in current-day Europe, and signed several treaties and business deals for the development of our nation. First, the then Ebonyi at that time had streets as well as well-paved areas like those in the old England. Now, over 60 years of oil discovery and exploration on the Shekiri homeland, whose resources and wealth is being managed by the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, where monthly allocations are returned to the states. When I mean the states, I'm talking about the Delta and the Edo State government. We have remained starved of basic amenities such as security of the riverine areas, rural electricity program, interconnection of our rural communities, schools, rural healthcare system, pipe-borne water, water transportation, and other basic amenities, even other means of transportation. For over 60 years, majority of the Shekiri oil and gas-bearing communities have remained in total darkness, despite the enormous oil wealth running into billions of dollars being taken from our land. We have expected that after over 60 years of oil discovery and oil exploration in Shekiri homeland, the Delta State government, even the Edo State government, the federal government, and the local government would ensure that wealth and funds accrue to us, even the 13% oil derivation fund, will get to our people. Yet, the Shekiri communities and its territories remain in total neglect by both the federal government of Nigeria and all its interventionist agencies like NGDC, PTDF, BOI, BOA, etc. Even the Delta and the Edo State government have also neglected the Shekiris, despite the fact that we, the Shekiri communities, are the highest producers of oil and gas. For the over 60 years under the national grid system and the rural electrification projects, Nigeria has failed to connect these oil and gas between Shekiri communities and many others to the national grid with the necessary power infrastructure budgeted for under the rural electrification project after 60 years of independence. The Shekiri communities suffer perpetual darkness under the national grid regime, even till this very day, after the system has been unbundled. After the system has been unbundled, we still have been left to suffer in darkness, perpetual darkness. And even till this day, Nobody is talking about empowering our people, empowering the poor Ishekiri people, and ensuring that the state government generates, transmits, and distribute power to the oil producing Ishekiri communities. Meanwhile, other non-oil and gas producing communities, especially their rural communities in Delta State, enjoy stable power supply. Ishekiri lacks the presence of the federal government, the presence of federal projects in our areas like roads, education, healthcare, which is housing, transportation, and even communication, thus leaving our communities uncatered for. In the area of transportation, before and even after the removal of fuel subsidy, the Delta State government, despite increased government allocation, have not positively impacted the cost of and provision of affordable water transport services to us, which has therefore increased the cost of living and made life unbearable for our people living in most of our riverine communities, particularly the Shekiri oil and gas producing communities. I would like to go on, but for now, I want our brother Bright Omagomi, who is also a member of the Warri Reclamation Trust and the co-convener, to take it from here, letting our people know that enough is enough, and also allowing the government of the day, the international communities, the federal government to know that we have had enough of suffering. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you, our lovely followers. Let's quickly move into some of the other issues we have enumerated here today. The Delta State government have also failed to prevail on the international oil companies to implement the Nigerian Local Content Act, which mandates the IOCs to employ indigenes of oil producing communities in the state. Sadly and unfortunately, all these Ijegri communities are cut off from civilization with no means of communication, no security. One can imagine an entire local government area having security challenges of militancy, terrorism, vandalism, and of course, kidnapping, sea piracy, theft, and the forceful annexation of our communities, having just one police station at the local government headquarters only. The Delta State government have consistently been shortchanging the Shekiri people, believing that we have always been complacent when it comes to issues of holding government at all levels accountable, proud to now. The funds released from the federal government, oil and gas companies, international and national interventionist agencies, particularly the 13% derivation revenue funds accruing to all Ishekiri oil and gas bearing communities, are being diverted to develop non-oil and gas bearing areas or communities, thereby leaving our areas underdeveloped. A case study of the almost total diversion of the so-called funds by the Delta State government into developing non-oil bearing communities within the state. Meaning that the Ukodo, which we all call a Puru, belonging to the Shekiri people, are being used to feed others, while their youth mark our areas of being underdeveloped, even though this underdevelopment is the handiwork of the Delta State government and its collaborators. Interventionists like the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, with so much corruption allegation, has become a shadow of itself with little or nothing to show of any development in our communities. In particular, the Uborodo Omadino Road Project, Koko Ogeye Road Project, Uborodo Ogeye, Koko Omadino Shoreline Protection, and many other vital projects significant to the economic development of our rural communities are being abandoned. Now, we can see, of course, over the years, total estimate in approximate term of total budgetary figures as approved by the Delta State government from the year 1999 to 2026. We'll make this available Of course, during these numbers of years, amounting to 26 years plus, the Delta State government, in estimate, has spent over 9 trillion naira of oil and gas money. Now, for over these 26 years, the Delta State government has spent over 9 trillion naira, made up of 90% of oil and gas revenue that largely generated from Ishekri oil and gas bearing communities and organization under the guise of declaring Ishekiris as minority. A Shekiri cannot be only relevant and a majority in the generation of wealth, but in the action of Governor Sharif Warri, around 78 billion naira has been spent in the construction of 3 flyover bridges and roads in Uwe local government area. Another 39 billion naira on the recently flagged off flyover bridge at Otowodu, and more billions belonging to the Desopadec being expended for the construction of Southern Delta University Management Faculty at Urerope, all in Delta Central, bringing the total spending to over 117 billion naira. In a related flag off, the Delta State government have further planned the spending of 59.7 billion naira for the construction of the Agbo Uromi flyover bridge. While these projects are critical infrastructure necessary for the development of the state, the inequality and, of course, lack of equity in the distribution of these infrastructure is a major challenge when compared with the worth and value of other related infrastructure projects executed in the Warri Federal Constituency and other oil and gas-rich Ishekiri communities outside of the 3 Warris. A typical example refers to the only major project recently set to have been completed by the Delta State government, which had lingered on for over 18 years, is the Trans-Warri Ode-Ishekiri Road and Bridge Project, awarded for around 26 billion naira in the year 2006. Yet, the major bridge spanning around 1.5 kilometers, which is supposed to connect the 2 islands of Warri, just like we have it in Lagos as of today, is left undone and in fact abandoned over excuses of lack of funds. Regardless of the presence of international oil companies, IOCs, the government of Delta State cannot neglect our responsibilities of developing our communities, just as she has developed other parts of the state that lack the presence of IOCs. For the intervention of the IOCs are only but an augmentation of government responsibility on development. We call now on the international communities, the United Nations, President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, World Bank, International Monetary Fund, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Amnesty International, European Union, EFCC, and of course the ICPC, and all relevant stakeholders to intervene, investigate this marginalization and the utilization of funds accruing to the Delta State government from oil and gas exploration on Ishekiri land. I want to thank you all for spending the time to listen to us today. This agitation of ours is clearly a focus on the marginalization of Ishekiris in their homeland. Ishekiris occupy majorly the Warri North, Warri South, and Warri Southwest local government area in the Warri Federal Constituency, and of course present in Delta Central, of course Bolokoso in Uwe local government, and many communities in Sapele local government, Ethiop West and Ethiop East respectively in Delta Central, and of course also spread in other local governments in Edo State. But as you can tell, Ishekiris, though producing the bulk of the wealth of these 2 states, Edo and Delta State put together, remain neglected, remain marginalized for several years, and of course these state governors of these states have refused to distribute this wealth equitably well to benefit the people of Ishekiri and their homeland, particularly where this oil wealth is being explored from. Escravos that we all know, which is Borodo as we speak, cannot boast of the level of development that we have in Lekki in Lagos State, even though it has become the hub of oil and gas activities. Same as Olero and several other Shekri communities in Dibi, who have also hosted major flow station of oil exploration companies, yet totally neglected. Then the necessity for us to have the attention of the federal government and all international agencies, of course, to help us cry out over this huge marginalization. This call is necessary to pay attention to development to the Shekri communities, particularly in the riverine area.
Thank you very much, my brother. On Mass for Warri Reclamation Trust, the story is the same. We are here to speak for our people. We can't continue to keep quiet. We say enough is enough. And we believe that it will not end here. We need solutions. We are tired of talks. We want to see actions. From this day, from this year, even beginning from this January, we are calling on all government to know that the Shekris of yesterday are not the Shekris of today. This generation are saying enough is enough. We, the Warri Reclamation Trust, will be joining forces with all patriotic Shekris worldwide to say enough is enough. We are putting an end to this. We must see to it that what is remaining of the oil and gas in our area are used to develop our area. Our voice will not be put down. Our places will not be neglected. Our funds will not be used to develop other areas while we are left neglected, battered. While the government keep playing divide and rule, our places are being annexed. All manner of rubbish has been going on in our area. We are saying enough is enough. God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you.